Listen, y'all, I literally just left my chiropractor and I just had a moment like when I just realized I know this, but sometimes just when you hear it or when you say it, right, it just adds that extra confirmation. And I came to the chiropractor because, I knew I'd flown a lot going to Paris, coming back, and my right nerve in my leg or something was kind of hurting. So I knew I had like a little pinched nerve from all that flying, I'm sure. So I had to tell them, yeah, I've been traveling. I went to Paris. I'm back. And as I was checking out, she was like, do you want to, schedule something else for next week? And I was like, no, I can't. I won't be in town. I'm going to New York Monday morning from New York to LA. So I won't be in town any next week. Maybe the next week. And I was like, I'm blessed. I'm so blessed doing.
Since the moment Melody first hinted that she had something major to share, her supporters have been buzzing with anticipation. For weeks, people have been refreshing their feeds, waiting for the announcement. Finally, the news is here, and it's bigger than anyone expected. Let's begin with the headline. Tickets for Melody Shari Rogers' second annual Winter Wonderland event officially went on sale. That alone is enough to send excitement through her fan base. But when you look closer at the details, it becomes clear why this is not just another seasonal gathering. It's an experience carefully crafted by a woman who knows the value of presentation, energy, and legacy. The Winter Wonderland will take place on December 20, 2025, with an all-white cocktail dress code that promises to set the tone for elegance and class. Imagine stepping into a venue transformed into a snowy dream, complete with glowing lights, festive music, and holiday spirit flowing in every corner. If you've ever been to one of Melody's events, you know one thing: she doesn't do anything halfway. Every aspect is planned with intention. Every moment feels magical. This year's Winter Wonderland isn't just a party, it's a statement. Now let's talk numbers, because those reveal just how exclusive this event is. General admission tickets are priced around $231. For those seeking a more premium experience, VIP passes come in at $461.81. And for businesses or individuals who want to take things even further, sponsorship opportunities are being offered at $1,700. That sponsorship package is far from ordinary. It includes brand visibility, a vendor table, logo placement on the Step and Repeat banner, social media exposure, and even media interviews. But here's the catch: Melody is only allowing 5 sponsorship slots in total. That's it. Why so limited? Because Melody understands the importance of exclusivity. By capping the number of sponsors, she protects the integrity of the event and ensures that each brand gets maximum exposure. It's another example of how intentional she is when building her brand. She's not simply throwing a party, she's creating an atmosphere that adds to her legacy while giving others the chance to shine. Even before the big night arrives, conversations about Winter Wonderland are everywhere. People are speculating about the food, the entertainment, and which surprise guests might appear. But the most talked about detail is the secrecy around the location. Melody has decided not to share the exact venue until right before the event. Why? Safety and peace of mind. In her own words, it's about protecting her supporters and making sure outside drama doesn't interfere with a night that should be filled with joy. And let's be honest, that makes sense. Melody has dealt with enough negativity in the past. Shielding her event from potential chaos is not only smart, it's necessary. Here's where things get even more interesting. If you followed Love and Marriage Huntsville, you know that Melody's name often stirs tension. The cast members, whether it's Martell Holtz, Marsaw Scott, Maurice Scott, or Destiny Payton, always seem to bring her up. Even when she's not in the room, her presence looms over the conversation. Why? Because Melody has built herself into a symbol of resilience. No matter how many setbacks she faces, she keeps moving forward. That irritates people who would rather see her stuck in the past. Some downplay her achievements, while others try to attach themselves to her light. But regardless of what they do, Melody continues to rise. And now, she's about to take her brand to a stage that many never dreamed she'd reach. Melody announced that her 7th Avenue beauty line will officially be featured at New York Fashion Week. Let that sink in for a moment. We're not talking about a small pop-up shop or a local market. This is Fashion Week, a global platform where the biggest names in the industry showcase their work. To be selected, a brand must have flawless designs, impeccable presentation, and a strong message. That Melody made the cut proves just how far she has come. This is not luck. This is years of sleepless nights, planning, and sacrifice. Melody has shared that she often works until 4 or 5 in the morning, perfecting lookbooks, finalizing launches, and making sure every detail aligns with her vision. While Martell Holt is busy dealing with public spats, legal disputes, and messy storylines, Melody is building something lasting. She's stacking victories and creating a global brand. She's not simply surviving, she's thriving. And that's exactly what drives her critics crazy. Since Melody is central to the show, let's pull in the other cast members. Marceau and Marie Scott, for example, have had their own issues both in marriage and in business. Kimmy Scott, though focused on her health and personal goals, often ends up dragged into group conflicts. Destiny Payton, once close to Melody, is now on the outside looking in, with their broken friendship becoming a recurring storyline. Yet, no matter what happens, Melody remains the lightning rod. Discussions about loyalty, relationships, and success somehow always circle back to her. It's as though her growth is both admired and resented at the same time. This is why Winter Wonderland is more than a holiday celebration. It's Melody's way of declaring, "I'm not bothered by the noise. I'm still enjoying life. I'm still growing. And I'm still winning." On top of that, she's using her platform to help others. Take her property preservation course, which starts on September 29. The fact that it keeps selling out proves that people trust her to teach them real skills that can change their lives. She's not just shining alone, she's opening doors for others too. And you can bet the rest of the cast notices. Picture Marcel making his side comments, Maurice asking questions, Martell rolling his eyes, or Destiny dropping little jabs. But the truth is, the receipts are undeniable. People are buying tickets. They're enrolling in her classes. Her brand is growing. Her name is being celebrated at Fashion Week. The results speak louder than any shade thrown her way. Now, let's shift to something Melody recently shared that gave us a rare look into her personal boundaries. During a live session, she openly admitted that she is uncomfortable interacting with the child Martell had with Ariane Curry. At first, that may sound harsh, but when you step back, it becomes clear that Melody isn't blaming the child. She's holding the adults accountable. Years of betrayal, humiliation, and disrespect came from Martell's choices and Ariane's involvement. Melody endured it all, not just privately, but in front of the world. That wound doesn't heal overnight. When she says she doesn't want to form a connection, she's drawing a line in the sand. She's saying, "I refuse to put myself in situations that reopen old scars." It's not about cruelty, it's about self-preservation. Think about it from the child's perspective too. Being pushed into the middle of adult drama can be confusing and unfair. Melody understands that. By choosing distance, she avoids putting herself, her children, or that child in uncomfortable situations. She's protecting peace on all sides. It's not the easy choice, but it's the wise one, and wisdom often requires strength. Melody's kids, Milani, Malaya, and her sons, are watching her every move. They see their mother standing tall despite betrayal. They see her refusing to be drawn into messy situations. They see her prioritizing peace and respect. That example will shape how they handle their own relationships one day. She's teaching them one of life's most important lessons. You don't have to entertain disrespect. You can walk away without losing your dignity. Of course, some people criticize Melody's stance. They argue the child is innocent, which is true, but Melody has never said otherwise. She has never blamed the child. Her issue is with the adults who created chaos in her life. That distinction matters. By setting this boundary, Melody ensures she won't be misrepresented, manipulated, or dragged into more drama. After all, it only takes one false story to spark another firestorm. Melody refuses to give anyone that opportunity. Compare her approach to others on the show. Kimmy, for example, has openly talked about setting boundaries in her marriage and navigating difficult dynamics with Maurice's ex. Destiny and Melody's friendship also crumbled partly because of blurred lines with Martell. The common thread? Boundaries. Melody learned the hard way that without them, people will take advantage. That's why she's so firm today. At its core, Melody's decision is about reclaiming power. For years, Martell's actions dictated the narrative. The affair with Ariane wasn't a one-time mistake. It was a long-term betrayal that tore apart a family and played out on national television. Melody endured humiliation, disrespect, and heartbreak. Now, she's rewriting the story. She's telling the world and herself that she refuses to be pulled back into dysfunction. That's what makes her growth so inspiring. By the end of this journey, one message becomes clear: success is the greatest response. Melody is proving in real time that you can overcome betrayal, divorce, public embarrassment, and still come out stronger. Winter Wonderland, New York Fashion Week, her business ventures, her boundaries, they all connect to one bigger picture. She's showing her castmates, her fans, and her children that life after pain is possible, and not only possible, it can be beautiful. Melody Shari Rogers is not just surviving Huntsville's drama, she's rising above it, building a legacy, and proving that her story is far from over. Melody Shari's journey shows us that real power comes from grace, focus, and vision. From Winter Wonderland to New York Fashion Week, she's proving success is the best answer to negativity. Stay tuned, subscribe, and join me next time as we uncover more stories shaping today's conversations.